Alright, hi guys. Welcome to week 10 for Action English. We're going to be looking at some kind of formula, as usual. I'm going to start with the PowerPoint, just so you can catch up on announcements. So let's do that now. Your textbooks, you know. I hope you're all doing well with your listening practice books, and you are hopefully you've had time to review as well. The final exam will be at the end of the term, but don't fall too far behind. You should be on Unit 6 as well. The spring session Zoom meetings will be cancelled tomorrow, Wednesday, if this video is late. Wednesday, May 5th, and also if you have Zoom with me, I don't think anyone does, but Thursday we will have our normal Zoom classes, so please check that out for your answers to Unit 5. Today's assignment is Unit 6, Are You Okay? And I'll give you a full week. I hope everyone enjoys their Children's Day, but remember the assignment for Unit 5 is due tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning, May 5th. If you do have questions, please use Edmodo first to send me a private message, and I will respond much quicker than an email. Okay, hold on a sec. Okay, Unit 6, Are You Okay? In this unit, we'll be talking about daily routines, injuries, talking about illnesses, okay, what makes you sick, and their remedies, what makes you feel better, okay, the medicine. Reading about hot springs, and there's a simple health advice writing section. Before we start, though, read the title and the learning goals, which we just covered. Look at the photo of the people. What problems do they have? So you can write out your own answers. Remember, Post-its are okay, or a notebook, or anything that you have for written photos are also okay. There's not a lot of room in this textbook, so you should try to make sure that you have enough room to write out full sentences. Now, read Diego's message. What problem does he have? Not feeling good today. I think I'm getting sick. That should be a pretty simple question for most of you. Okay, page 66 goes through daily routines. And we're just going to listen to some of them so you can listen and repeat.
Listen.
Get up early. Get up late. Take a shower. Get dressed. Make dinner. Order takeout. Brush my teeth. Brush my hair. Put on makeup. Go to the gym. Go to bed early. Stay up late.
Alright,
Now listen and repeat.
well, we've just done that. You can do it yourself. What are your daily routines? What do you do to get ready in the morning? What do you do during the day and in the evening? Use the expressions in 1A, and you can also add your own ideas. Okay? So you can make a few sentences here and practice your listing English. Okay. First I do this, then I do that. Next I do this. The fourth thing I do is blah blah blah. Alright, so you can make your own paragraph there. I generally, myself, I have to get up early because I have a baby. So my baby's up sometimes 6:30, sometimes 6. But generally I'm up at 7 o'clock every day because I need to get up before my baby wakes up, if possible, so that I can make my own coffee and try to just clean up the room. And remember, she's just a toddler, so I have to brush the floors, make sure there's nothing on the floors that she can pick up, or yeah, it's very important for me to clean every day, so I have to wake up early before the baby. No more getting up late. And then, of course, everyone, I think, takes a shower and gets dressed. Oftentimes, of course, brush your teeth, brush your hair, put on makeup if you're a girl. Not everyone might be able to make dinner and or order takeout. Those are two ways to eat. But not everyone will have time to go to the gym every day unless you're, well, if you do have time, good for you. It's good to stay healthy and get exercise. Myself, I can't remember the last time I stayed awake until 1 a.m. I used to, but nowadays I go to bed early. 8:30, 9:30, maybe 11 o'clock is the latest for me, because I have to wake up at 6 or 7 a.m. You can make your own daily routines, write them out in sentences. There's not a lot of room here, so I expect most of you will be writing a paragraph using your post-its or your written pages in your notebook. For grammar, we're going to be looking at adverbs of frequency. So remember, adverbs are words that describe verbs, right? And frequency is how often, okay? How many times a day, or a week, or a month. Let's start with the video. I'm going to let you guys watch this. Okay, just a moment.
Hello. Today's lesson is on the simple present tense and frequency adverbs. Frequency means how many times or how often we do something. They answer the question, how often? For example, let me tell you how often I do things on the weekend. On the weekend, I always read the newspaper. I usually sleep late. I sometimes go to the movies. I never work. Always, usually, sometimes, and never are frequency adverbs. Always means 100% of the time. Usually means about 90% of the time. Sometimes means about 50% of the time. Never means 0% of the time. Notice the word order with simple present tense verbs like sleep and work. We put the frequency adverb before the verb. For example, he always sleeps late. Not, we never work on the weekend. Not. Notice the word order with the verb be. We put the frequency adverb after the verb. For example, my friends are usually tired after work. My sister is always busy on the weekend. I'm usually hungry after work. I always carry a snack in my bag.
Okay, so You'll notice that the statements with the most verbs, okay, I always get up early, but we also have statements with the verb to be, okay, I am. You'll see that there are, I think this is review for most of you, okay, yes, no questions with most verbs or the irregular verb to be, right, and they do give you some notes about adverbs of frequency with simple present verbs, not present continuous. There is more practice on page 138, so I expect you guys to all head there. I'm not going to go to the page right now, or will I? Let's go take a look. Sure. Okay. Adverbs of frequency, there isn't listening. So I'm going to go through this with you. Listen to John's morning routine. Complete the sentences with the words that you hear.
Exercise A. 1,
John usually gets up early.
2,
He almost always gets up before 6 o'clock.
3,
He often goes running in the morning.
4,
He always takes a shower after a run.
5,
He sometimes makes coffee at home.
6,
He rarely eats breakfast at home.
7,
He usually has breakfast at a cafe.
8,
He's almost never late for work.
9,
He's usually at work before 9 o'clock.
Okay. So, after taking a look at or listening to John's morning routine, you should be able to, you can listen again and again, figure out those questions. Let's see if the previous page is the same. There it is. Okay, doesn't matter. We'll find it again. Okay. Alright, so once you've finished the grammar, inspecting adverbs of frequency, I'd like you to take a closer look at our pronunciation section. Okay, and here we're looking at emphatic stress. Emphatic stress. One word in a sentence usually has the strongest stress, right? Like the loudest word. Okay. Sometimes we make the stress extra strong or emphatic to emphasize the word. We also use emphatic stress to focus on a difference or to show strong feeling. Alright, so they do give you some examples. But just before we go into the exercise, I will give you the pronunciation coach, just so that you get a more rounded understanding of emphatic stress. So let's watch.
Emphatic stress. Before we talk about something called emphatic stress, let's talk about main stress. The important words in a sentence are stressed. The most important word has the main stress. I stayed up late last night. In that sentence, the word late has the main stress. I stayed up late last night. The word with the main stress sounds stronger than the other words. The vowel in the stressed syllable is long and clear. I stayed up to watch the game. The word with the main stress also has a change in pitch. When we talk about pitch, we're talking about how high or low the voice is. The pitch usually jumps up on the stressed syllable of the word with the main stress. The change in pitch makes the word stand out. I was up until midnight. Sometimes we use emphatic stress to give a word extra emphasis or importance.
I stayed up late last night.
I never stay up late. To give a word extra emphasis, we make the stress extra strong. I never stay up late. I had to see the game. I love soccer. The voice goes up extra high on the stressed syllable. I had to see the game. I love soccer. In writing, we use capital letters or underlining to emphasize words. When we speak, we use stress and intonation to emphasize words. We often use emphatic stress to express a strong feeling or opinion. I love the city. There's so much to do. I have 2 tests tomorrow. I hate taking tests. We also use emphatic stress to emphasize a contrast. Notice the contrast.
I usually have lunch at my desk.
I never eat at my desk. Notice the contrast.
I don't eat breakfast on work days.
I always eat breakfast. It's my favorite meal. Listen to these short conversations. Notice the way I use emphatic stress.
Is the soup too spicy?
No, I love spicy food.
It's 10 o'clock. I'm surprised Yuki isn't here.
Me too. She's never late.
Do you take the bus to work?
No, I hate taking the bus.
Sorry, I can't go. I'm busy on Friday.
You're always busy.
I start work early. I have to be there at 6.
That is early. Now listen and repeat. Click on pause after each sentence. No, I love spicy food. She's never late. No, I hate taking the bus. You're always busy. That is early.
Okay, so now we can listen again. Notice how speaker B, okay, not A but B, uses emphatic stress.
Listen.
I stayed up late to watch the game.
Not me. I never stay up late.
Do you listen to music a lot?
Yes, I love music.
Okay, for part B, underline the word that speaker B will say with emphatic stress. You can listen and check your work. Okay.
Listen. 1,
I usually order takeout food for dinner.
Really? I never get takeout food.
2,
I get up early on weekdays.
Oh, I always get up early.
3,
Do you want to go to the beach tomorrow?
Yeah, I love the beach.
4,
Do you go to the gym often?
No, I hate working out.
Okay,
now listen.
so that should be pretty easy. You basically remember the stressed word is it's basically given the most strength when you're speaking. So if you were listening, you could probably pick out the stressed word fairly easily. Okay, conversation. We're going to listen to Diego and Carlos.
Hi, Carlos.
Hey, Diego. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. How are you?
Great. Thanks. And you?
Well, I'm okay, but I think I'm getting a little sick. In fact, that's why I'm working from home today.
Oh, too bad. So, hey, Rachel's planning to join us, but she's in another meeting. She'll be here in a couple of minutes.
Okay, no problem. Oh. Tired?
Yeah, I was up really late last night.
Working or having fun?
Having fun. The Mexico-Brazil match was on TV. I had to watch that.
Oh, right. Soccer. So, you're a fan?
I love soccer. What about you? Are you into it?
Well, sure, I like it. But I don't stay up late to watch matches.
Well, I do. I never miss a big match.
Actually, I never stay up late for any reason. I need a lot of time before I leave for work in the morning.
You do?
Yeah. I need like 2 hours.
Huh? 2 hours? What's your typical morning like?
I usually get up early and go to the gym with my wife. We're there for an hour or so. Then I go home and eat breakfast.
You're kidding. I never get up early.
You never get up early?
Nope.
So you're always late to work?
Nah, man. I only need 20 minutes to get ready for work. I take a shower, get dressed, grab some coffee, then I'm good to go.
Wow, that's fast. I could never do that.
Oh, excuse me, Diego. Rachel is out of her meeting. She'll be here in a second.
Okay, so you can watch that more than once if you'd like to answer these questions. Circle the correct answers. But we've already listened and watched, so you can also complete the conversation and make new conversations. Think of some of your own questions that you might ask using our adverbs of frequency. Okay. What do you always, usually, often, sometimes, and never do? Write 5 sentences. Okay, that's all I want you guys to do. Write 5 different sentences, full sentences. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So remember, always is 100% of the time. Usually is about 75-80%. Often 55-60. Sometimes is under 50%. Okay, sometimes it may be 40 or 30%, and never is 0. So, for instance, I always brush my teeth, right? Let me give you the easiest answers I can think of. Usually, okay, I usually, okay, let's see, I usually have lunch. I I don't always have a break during lunchtime, but I usually do to eat. I often I often read for an hour or more a day with my daughter. I sometimes I sometimes get a haircut twice a year, and I never. Oh boy. I never drink alcohol in the morning. All right. So anyway, you have to write your own ideas, and we might have some fun with this later for our Zoom class. Okay. Next page. Here we're talking about injuries. Okay, let me zoom up here. Before we talk about injuries, we need to review body parts. Okay. Actually, I don't even think we need to review these because it's like from grade 2. Look at the words. Circle the word that does not belong in each list, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and tell me why it does not belong. Okay, here we have how we talk about injuries. We're going to listen to this part.
Listen.
What's wrong?
My back hurts. What happened?
I broke my leg.
I sprained my ankle.
I injured my shoulder.
I bruised my arm.
Are you okay?
No, I hurt my wrist.
Okay, now we're going to listen.
Now listen and repeat.
Hold on a second.
What's wrong?
We've done that already. Let's listen and write the body part each conversation about. Okay, so which body part, which part of the body are they talking about? Number 1, they already tell us, is the wrist. Okay, your wrist. This is why I'm wearing a wrist watch, because it goes on your wrist. Let's figure out what's going on with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Conversation 1.
Hi, Roger. What happened?
Oh, this? I sprained my wrist.
Conversation 2.
What's wrong, Nina? My knee hurts.
Conversation 3.
Are you okay, Emma?
No, I hurt my shoulder.
Conversation 4.
Why do you have a bandage on your face? What happened?
I broke my nose.
Conversation 5.
Gina, what happened?
I walked into a table and I bruised my leg.
Conversation 6.
Ouch!
What happened, Ted?
I injured my finger. I closed the door on it.
Oh, no.
Okay, so after that, you can listen again. How do the people describe their injuries? Okay, and you can write down, there's more than one word that you can use, there's more than one sentence. Page 69. Just a moment. Okay, page 69 has another reference to pronunciation. In this case, we're talking about silent letters, okay? Silent sh. We actually don't hear them. Sometimes the number of consonant sounds is not the same as the number of consonant For example, the word no begins with 2 consonant letters, but only 1 consonant sound, the N sound. So the consonant K is silent. Okay. Yeah, if I say the word okay, you can hear the vowel O, okay, vowels A, E, I, O, U, but the consonants, okay, are usually pronounced, sometimes not, right? Consonants are all the other letters besides the vowels. And in this example, we look at the word no, right? And I know that, okay, I know what that means. We don't pronounce it as canal, right? If we took away the letter K, it would just be N-O-W, and that would be a completely different word with a completely different meaning, which is now, right? But with the K in front, we know it means something else. But there's still a silent K. Okay. We're going to notice the sound of the underlined letters. Okay, here we go. But before that, I'm going to give you a pronunciation exercise, coach, just to listen to.
Silent letters. As I'm sure you know, English spelling is not always a good guide for pronunciation. When there are 2 consonant letters, in the spelling, we usually say both sounds. For example, sports or play. But sometimes the number of consonant sounds is not the same as the number of consonant letters. Sometimes one of the letters is silent. A silent letter is a letter that we write but do not pronounce. Both vowel and consonant letters can be silent. But here we're just talking about silent consonants. For example, the word no begins with the letter K, but we don't pronounce the K. The letter K is silent. The word no begins with 2 consonant letters, but only 1 consonant sound. The word no, K-N-O-W, sounds exactly the same as the word no, N-O. When a word begins with K-N, the K is always silent. Listen. No. Knee. Knife. When a word begins with W-R, the W is always silent. Listen. Right. Wrong. Wrist. The letter W is also silent in some words that don't begin with WR. Listen. 2. Answer. Who. Whole. The letter L is sometimes silent when it comes before a consonant at the end of a word. Would. Should. Could. Walk. Talk. Half. Notice that L isn't always silent before a consonant at the end of a word. For example, we pronounce the L in cold, milk, yourself. Other consonant letters can also be silent. The letter G is silent before N at the end of a word. Listen. Sign. design, foreign. In the combination GH, both letters are often silent. Listen. Right. Tonight. Light. Notice that right, R-I-G-H-T, and right, W-R-I-T-E, sound exactly the same because of the silent letters in these words. Here are a few more words with silent GH. Neighbor, daughter, thought. GH isn't always silent though. GH has the sound F in cough, laugh, and enough. A lot of English words have silent letters, so make sure to check a dictionary when you're not sure how to say a word. Listen to some more words with other silent letters. Comb, muscles, Wednesday. Notice that Wednesday has two silent letters. The first D is silent, and we also drop the E in the middle. Wednesday. Hour. Island. Listen. Receipt. Now listen and repeat. Click on pause after each word. Comb. Muscles. Wednesday. Hour. Island. Listen. Receipt.
Okay, so after the coach, this might be a little bit easier. Just going to listen and notice the stress.
Listen.
Broke.
Wrist.
Shoulder.
Should.
So you'll notice which of these are the silent ones. Draw a line, just like this, just like part A, through the silent consonant letters. Right. So listen carefully.
Listen. 1,
Wrong.
2,
Sprained.
3,
Bruised.
4,
Knee.
5,
Ankle.
6.
Walk.
Now listen and repeat.
Okay. So you should be able to get through that. And also, if you can think of any other words, you can write down some other words as well that have silent consonants. We're going to listen about a sports show and talk about the topic. We're also going to listen to find which injuries are common, okay, very common in soccer, which injuries occur quite often. Do Mimi and Louise agree? How do you know? And which sports do you think are tough? All of these we can find from this listening project. Okay, listening for agreement and disagreement. This is also further small talk ideas for agreement and disagreement. But let's get into the listening.
This is Sports World, and I'm your host, Ray Banks. Today, our guests are Luis Martinez, a soccer player for RFX United, and Mimi Yang, an Olympic gymnast. Thanks for being here, guys.
Hi, Ray. Thanks for having me on the show.
Hello, it's great to be here.
So, you've both had more than your fair share of injuries lately. Luis, you had to leave last year's finals match at the 78-minute mark.
Yeah, that was hard.
Sorry, I'm not a big soccer fan. What happened?
I sprained my ankle.
Ouch, that's too bad.
Well, soccer is a tough sport. Lots of players injure their legs, knees, and of course, ankles.
Well, I know all about sprained ankles. I sprain my ankle all the time. The worst was when I sprained it during the Olympics last year. I managed to finish my routine, but it really hurt.
You don't stop competing after you get injured? Wow.
I know, but a lot of gymnasts keep going through the pain. We hurt our knees and ankles all the time, just like soccer players. But we also use our upper bodies a lot. So we get a lot of back and shoulder injuries, and arm and hand injuries too.
That's very true. I see you have a bandage on your finger right now, Mimi. What happened?
I broke my finger on the balance beam last week.
Ouch. I'm sorry to hear that. Hope it feels better soon.
Thanks. It's healing well.
So let me ask you both. Which sport do you think is tougher, soccer or gymnastics?
In my opinion, gymnastics is tougher. It's really hard on the body.
Luis?
I don't know about that. Soccer players need to be tough. We usually only injure our legs and feet, but we do need to run a lot more than gymnasts.
Well, we'll have to agree to disagree. Soccer players don't get injuries all over their bodies, but gymnasts don't have to run as much. Okay, time for a short break. We'll be back with Luis Martinez and Mimi Yang in just a minute.
All right, so after hearing that, you should be able to answer this page. Lesson 3 is talking about illnesses and remedies, okay? So things that make you sick and things that make you better. So we're going to start with looking at some different kinds of illnesses. Okay, we have, well, we can listen. Oops, one more time. Here we go.
Listen.
A runny nose. A sore throat. A cough. A headache. A fever. A cold. Drink tea with honey. Take some medicine. Take a cough drop. Get some rest. Stay home. Go to the doctor.
Now listen and repeat.
Well, we've done that already. All right. You can think about some different illnesses and symptoms, okay, and what remedies can make you feel better. You can make a few charts. Very easy cough. A cough here is an illness. You can get some rest. Take a cough drop so you don't cough as much. Drink some tea with honey. That's another remedy. What's missing here? You might also want to, I don't know, take some medicine. There's lots of cough medicines besides cough drops, which are just basically, you know, to help you cough less, okay? But there's other medicines that will help. Alright, so you could make a few charts to deal with different things. Okay, if you have a cold, what do you do? If you have a fever, what do you do? If you have a headache, what do you do? Make a few sentences for each. Next is the grammar using should for advice and suggestions. Very often your doctor will use that word quite a bit. You should take a rest. You should take this medicine. You should, not stay up late or something. The doctor will use should quite a bit for advice. We're going to listen and actually watch a video.
Hi, this lesson is about should for suggestions and advice. I need advice. What should I do? My friends are having a big party tonight, and I have a cold. I know I should stay home. I should rest. I shouldn't go to the party. I shouldn't leave my house, but I really want to go. What do you suggest? What should I do? We use should to make suggestions. For example, you should stay home. You should rest tonight. We also use the negative form should not or the contraction shouldn't to make suggestions. For example, you should not go to the party. You shouldn't go to the party. You should not exercise today. You shouldn't exercise today. Notice that we use the base form of the verb after should or shouldn't. The form is the same for all subjects. We can also use should to ask for advice. For example, what should I do? What should they do? Now, back to my problem. What should I do tonight? Should I go to the party? Or should I stay home?
Okay, so once you've got through that, guys, I want you to go to page 139. Yes. To practice your grammar. There's a small listening here, I think, where Amy is talking to her mom and her boss. So what advice did they give her? Let's listen.
Conversation 1.
Hi, Mom. My throat is sore.
I'm sorry, honey. Do you have any cough drops? You should take a cough drop.
Should I go to the doctor?
Do you have a fever?
I don't think so.
Then no, you should stay home. Make some tea. Do you have any honey? You should drink lots of tea with honey.
Okay. Thanks, Mom. I'll call you later.
Conversation 2.
Hi, Jack. This is Amy. I'm afraid I can't come to work. I'm not feeling well. My throat is really sore.
Oh, then you should get some rest.
Maybe I can come in this afternoon.
No, you should stay home. Really. You shouldn't think about work today. You should take some medicine and stay in bed.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. You should watch a movie or something.
Thanks.
Okay. Okay, guys, so once you get through page 139, we're going to watch another conversation back on page 71. It sounds like Diego and Sarah are having a conversation. Let's listen in. We'll watch the video first, okay?
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
Hi, Diego. Great, thanks. Hey, I have a couple of quick questions for you. Do you have a minute?
Sure, but sorry, just 1 second.
Are you okay? You look a little sick.
I'm really sick. I feel terrible. I'm staying home from work today, actually.
Oh no, I'm sorry to bother you then.
No, it's okay. I have a lot of work right now, so I can't take the day off.
I know what that's like. Anyway, I'm sorry to hear you aren't feeling well. Do you have a fever?
No, just a sore throat and a cough.
Oh, that's too bad. You should drink tea with honey. I always make it for my daughter when she has a sore throat, and it makes her feel better. Plus, honey is delicious.
That is a good idea. Thank you.
You should get some rest too.
I'll try.
I hope you feel better soon.
Thank you.
So, if it's okay with you, can I just ask you my quick questions? After that, you can rest.
Sure, I'm ready.
Great, thanks. So, have you done any market research on...
Okay. So you can basically go through that to answer the questions. Circle the correct answers based on the conversation. Go through this one, blah, 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 same. Okay, showing sympathy. Here's a conversational skill, another small talk technique. If something bad happens to another person, you might want to say something that's sympathetic, okay, meaning that I understand, such as that's too bad or I'm so sorry. You might notice that she's mentioned that a couple times in her conversation, and I'm so sorry doesn't mean that it's your fault. It just means that I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, it means I'm sorry to hear that you're unwell. Okay, you might also hear that at a funeral. If someone has died, someone might say, "I'm so sorry." It doesn't mean that that person has, murdered or killed the person. It just means that they're sorry for your loss. I'm sorry for your loss, and I understand what you're going through. So that's sympathy, or if it's happened to you in your experience, in your past, it's also empathy. Alright, we have some different ideas here that you can practice with. You can try it yourself. Think about your own advice. Okay. If you have an idea of if someone's sick, what would you recommend as medication, as a remedy? Okay. Next page is our reading section. Okay, I'm just going to go through some of this myself instead of listening. Okay, a benefit is something useful that you get from something. It's a benefit. Very often people have benefits from at work. They might get some paid leave or dental or medical benefits, so that they don't have to pay for their dentist or their doctor. Stressed, muscles, recover, desert, volcano, proof. All of these words will be in the blog post about the benefits of hot springs. Okay. Hot springs are very popular in many parts of the world. I know there are some popular hot springs in Korea as well, but most people just go to Jinjabong and sit in the hot pool, and it's almost the same thing. But regardless, they have a whole page for you to go through, page 73, where you can work through the ideas of the reading, including this Venn diagram, where you should be able to put the numbers in the Venn diagram if it's to do with Takaragawa or Kurotama, or both. Okay, put the number where it belongs. There's a focus, even a reading skill. Okay, I'm going to let you go through that yourself because it's simple reading. Lesson 5 is up to you if you want to do it. Okay. If you have finished this in the past, you know it doesn't take too long, but also I will be giving you not extra points, but I will be giving you consideration on your efforts in case of a tie. Okay, your writing section. This is a speaking class, so I won't be asking you to do this page unless you want to increase your English writing skills. Do's and don'ts, as well as a writing task on page 75. Okay, the media project you don't need to do at all. Okay, we're not working with media right now, but you can certainly reflect and take a look at what you've learned through the chapter. Okay, the next page is getting into the next unit, so we don't have to worry about that. So when you get to this page, take a look at what you learned over the past week and see how well you've improved. Hopefully, if you have finished the writing section, make sure to take pictures and include that as well, so that I can give you extra points in case of a tie with another student. Anyway, extra points. Basically, yeah, if you have a tied score with another grade, another student, like 4 students have 94%, okay, the person that has done the most extra work will be given the highest letter grade. That's basically what I mean. Alright. But we're going to stop there today. I hope you're still keeping up with your listening practice books as well. And I guess we will be going into our next Zoom session to consider the answers from Unit 5. So please be there for that, as well as your attendance points. Okay guys, it's getting warmer. I hope you are still all staying healthy and doing your best to not be pent up or depressed in your rooms. You can still get outside, have some exercise, and enjoy the fresh air if no one else is around. But definitely, we're rounding the bend, right? We're almost there. I think our next semester might be much different from this one. Perhaps you can meet your fellow students in real time, in real life. We're getting there. We're almost there. But yeah, keep well, keep safe, and I'll see you all soon in Zoom. All right. Bye for now, guys.